All right, ladies and germs. How's everybody doing? Welcome to a live show. Cheers. Got red apples tonight. It's a good night, and I've got my bros with me tonight. Let me bring them in. Let me bring in my bros. Dirty Money.
What is going on?
What kind of shirt are you wearing tonight?
It's a generalized pumpkin.
Now explain to me hold on. Explain to me what a generalized pumpkin. Let me bring the guy in. All right, Garrett. What's up, Garrett? Tell me what a generalized pumpkin is, Garrett.
I have no idea, actually. It looks it's nice though. It looks straight from Spencer. You know, it's a nice one.
It does look like a Spencer Gifts t-shirt. You're right. I was hoping Garrett could explain what I meant, but because I have no idea what a generalized pumpkin is either. But,
I like that. I like the term though. I really do.
Excellent.
Thank you guys for hanging out with me tonight. I appreciate it.
Yes, sir. Happy 15K.
Yeah, that's killer, man.
Hey, it ain't nothing but a thing, man. You guys are rocking too. I'm proud of everybody. You gotta have your friends involved with YouTube, man. Otherwise, it's not fun. So, I mean, you guys are important in me continuing to make videos. You know what I mean? So,
yeah.
You know,
I call in my friends. I call in the click.
The click. Is anybody drinking tonight? Oh, Garrett, where's your water bottle, Garrett?
Oh, we're getting wild in here, baby.
I am interested. And thank you everybody in the chat. Y'all are being so kind. Look, I really don't want this to be a thing where everybody's just like, I really appreciate it. I mean, you guys made my channel what it is, and that's awesome. But I want you guys to, you know, get it out of your system, and let's chill and have a good time tonight. But Garrett, when you do drink, tell me, what is your drinks of choice?
Bro, I haven't drank in, I don't know, 10 years maybe. Maybe.
Well, what did you drink?
What did I drink? It was all nightclubs, man. It was back then it was like Red Bull vodka was the big one. Cranberry vodka, vodka tonic, Jaeger bombs, you know, that kind of fun stuff. Kamikaze shots at the back bar. Like that was the big stuff.
Do you remember this viral video back in the day of some dude going Jaeger bombs, Jaeger bombs?
Yeah. Dude, by the way, those things are terrible. And like I remember we used to take those all the time, and I look back at it now and I'm like, just the idea of it just makes me want to vomit. Because all I remember after we took it was just like vomiting black licorice taste all over the place all the time.
Can you recall your absolute worst hangover you've ever had, where you really said, I'm like, to the point where you were like, dude, I'm done with this shit?
Yeah, my bachelor party. That's kind of when I like stopped everything because it was bad. So I was like, you know what, I'm not doing this anymore. Like number one, I never wanted to feel that way. Number two, I only really drank when I went out. So like I wasn't like an at-home drinker. I was more like a social drinker. And, you know, that part of my life was I was kind of closing those doors because I really did party a lot in my early 20s, like nightclubs, like 3 nights a week. So I knew that chapter was over because I also didn't want to get into situations where I made mistakes because I was due to alcohol, right? Like I needed to kind of clean it up after that. And then, you know, it wasn't doing anything for me physically. So I was like, you know, I'm done. So after that, I really haven't had anything. So,
Brandon, what about you, dude? I feel like you're like a guy that like doesn't overdo it, but like every now and again, like you will take it to the absolute edge. Am I right?
You are absolutely correct.
Really?
I'm not much of a drinker. I'm not much of a drinker anymore, man. But sometimes if the timing is right, I'll get fucking destroyed still. But I'll regret it. You know, it's not fun anymore. It's not worth it either.
So what kind of drunk is Brandon Dirty Money Tabado?
I get extremely happy, extremely obnoxious, loud, but I never get violent or angry. You know what I mean?
You sound like me, normal. Extremely obnoxious, loud, and happy.
But dude, we got fucking annihilated on tequila about 10 years ago, and I still can't smell the stuff. It was that bad of an experience. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like even a whiff of tequila, any kind, it's just like it's enough to make me want to throw up. So can't do it.
So are you a casual drinker just every now and again then, or?
Every now and again, I like to tip back a couple beers. Usually light beers now because I don't like to feel very full anymore when I'm drinking beer. But if it's like Halloween or winter, I'll take a good Sam Adams, any of their variants.
Well, you know what Garrett thinks every time he hears the term light beer? He immediately thinks about Biff Tannen. I told you Carl in your house.
You know, go for me is light beer. Yeah, I do think of that.
Come on, McFly.
I do think of that.
That's a tall boy, Brandon. Jesus, dude.
Yeah, 32 ounce. So I guess that's what? That's 4 cans of beer. So it's not that huge of a deal.
Now, is that the old school Coors?
It's the Miller
like
High Life.
On the can?
I'm not a huge fan of this. I'm not a huge fan of Miller, but it was cheap, and I was looking for some Old English, but my 7-Eleven doesn't have it anymore. So that sucks because that shit's really easy to fucking drink.
Wait.
I was going to come on here and get fucking destroyed live, but then I couldn't find it. So I'm like, oh, well, this will have to do.
I can look cool. Look.
Oh, wow. Look at that.
Now, is that an old beer?
That's yeah, I have it over here displayed because this is what Johnny Lawrence drinks in Cobra Kai. So gotta have that, man. Gotta have it. Gotta have that.
Dude, crack.
Dude, Coors gives me a headache, man. I don't know why.
It's a Coors banquet.
Oh man. Well, guys, look, it's the end of the year. Y'all want to talk a little bit about? I know the chat loves movies too. Can we open up a wound that me and Garrett have, and we have a kind of a bone to pick with Brandon Dirty Money Tabado? I'm still waiting for Brandon to say, "Okay, guys, you know what? It was all a ruse. You know, it was all a big hoopla. You know." But Brandon, why don't you tell people what movie you just watched and you don't love?
I just watched X, and I think my initial thoughts were taken out of context by the damn by how much shock you guys were in.
Bullshit.
Okay? I didn't say I hated the film or disliked it. I still enjoyed the film and liked it, but it just wasn't. I was expecting this huge fucking like, I don't know what the fucking phrase I'm looking for here, but this grandiose art house film, and it just wasn't. It was. I was so overhyped by everyone else's hype. I was expecting something more. Like the movie is fine. It's an enjoyable film. It's worth the watch. It justifies its existence, but it just wasn't the. I don't know.
Think about it like this, though. Okay, fair enough. Fair enough. Yeah. Now, I think Garrett would agree with me on this. Garrett, feel free to step in. When you look at horror the last 5, 6, 7 years, to say that X wasn't a breath of fresh air, though, is like an understatement, because like it's so anti what movies are doing today. I mean, it truly doesn't give a rat's ass about your feelings and about the porn industry and going there and making like this thing about like we all find really old people having sex kind of gross, and to amplify that and to shove it in the audience's face. Like, yeah, I know you guys think about this kind of stuff. Well, I'm going to ram it down your throat. Like to me, it's ballsy, and it really shouldn't be ballsy, but by today's standards, you know what I mean?
Yeah, I understand the appeal, the ballsy appeal of that, and how it pushes the limits, and like it's not afraid to be crude and crass and in your face with that kind of content. That to me doesn't make it insanely awesome to me.
Right.
I get what you're saying, and I respect it. I'm not trying to rain on people's parade either.
No, I want you to.
I wish I loved the fucking movie. I hate when I see a movie and I don't love it because I want to enjoy the content I'm watching. There was just something deflating about that movie for me, and I can't really figure out what it was. I think it was such an extreme hype for like 6 months. I've been hearing about it, and then I finally watched it. It was just wasn't as insane as I thought it was going to be.
Right.
But you know, if I can go into Pearl, can I go into Pearl right now?
Sure, go right in.
I watched Pearl last night. You know what I mean? And I went to that movie thinking it's going to be more of X. I'm not going to like it. I know you and everybody else was like, you're probably going to like Pearl. And I fucking loved it. Pearl was really, really good. I don't know why. It just was so. That movie, I think, was what I was looking for in X. That movie felt. It just felt right. It hit all the boxes I wanted it to hit.
Garrett, feedback?
I like them both. I mean, I personally think X is better. I think Pearl's a well-made movie. I just think that when I saw X for that first time in the theater, I was really blown away by a lot of different things. I think it had to do with the whole idea of this trilogy that Ty West had created kind of under the radar. It just came out of nowhere. And all of a sudden it's like, what? He did 3 films in like Bulgaria or whatever, and nobody knew about this. Like nobody was talking about this. And a trailer just popped out, I think, before Scream. And I was like, what is this? And I just thought it was a breath of fresh air. I think that some of like the way it was shot was just stuff that we don't get anymore. And I mean, you know, utilizing prosthetics on these old people. Like, I mean, it's insane how good a lot of that looked as far as the effects and all that stuff. And, you know, I don't need craziness all the time, but like I said, that scene of like the alligator, like overhead, like swimming towards her in the water, like watching that in the theater, I was like, this is really, really good, like cinema right here. And then, you know, the scene with the old lady when all of a sudden it hits the light and everything turns red and it's like she's going ape shit on that kid. Like, I just thought for me, it checked all the boxes. It was different, I felt, and you know, the way it was shot was good. And then when the end of the movie hit in the theater and all of a sudden credits roll, and then all of a sudden you get like a trailer for part 2, which is Pearl or the prequel, you're like, what? It's already done? Like,
it's already done. Yeah.
I just think the whole idea of this, I just think this is a really strong trilogy, and I'm dying to see Maxine. Like I really am to kind of see how this thing closes up.
Now, Brendan, let me ask you this. I can agree to a certain extent that Pearl is a quote unquote movie, more so like you know, rather than X. But would you agree that if you need a quick hour and a half, get you through the day, just need something fun to watch, would X be a movie that you would throw on before Pearl?
No, I don't think so.
Because there's
Pearl
women.
Pearl seemed easier to digest for me than X.
Really?
I don't know why.
Why do I have such a problem with this? God damn it!
All the stuff you guys are talking about them
raise your voice,
movie.
Damn
it. I get what you guys are saying. Like that stuff's all really cool, and technically the movies are really well made. I like that the cinematography is good, the editing's really good. I just realized when I watched Pearl that Ty West actually edits the film, so that's cool. I like seeing directors edit their own movies. I think it's sort of a dying art. You know what I mean? But yeah, I think after watching Pearl, I'm just like, it was such a fucking, that movie knocked it out of the park. I would probably give that one an 8 to an 8.5 out of 10. It was that good for me. And again, X wasn't bad. I liked X. It was worth the watch. It just wasn't as insane as I thought it was going to be based on the hype I was hearing. You know what I mean? So
I hear you. So are you ready for Maxine then, Brandon?
My problem with Maxine is, and spoilers to anybody in the chat, since Pearl's dead, I really liked Pearl in the prequel, and it made me sort of like the character more in X. Not the movie, but I appreciated the character, knowing her backstory in Pearl. Maxine, I never really grew an attachment for or a liking to in X. So I'm curious about Maxine, but then since there's not really any Pearl connection anymore, I'm kind of like, what's the circle here? Because he has some kind of a trilogy plan. Is she going to become the new Pearl? Is it going to be set 30 years after X? Is she going to be old in prosthetics and sort of carrying on what Pearl, what's the point of the third film? That's what I'm curious about. But excited, not yet. You know what I mean?
What I forgot now. Again, the Pearl, X took place in the 70s, is that correct?
I think it was 79.
70s.
Okay, so we're moving to 85, I think. So we're about 5 years. So I'm thinking it's going to have to do with her porn career going forward after, what had happened. That's what I'm thinking is probably going to be the main focus of this movie. But yeah, like I said, I just think the whole idea of this, this whole trilogy that was done.
We got Wet Movie 1 and out. Wet Movie.
There you go, baby.
Join the show.
There you go, baby.
Hit me up on Instagram.
I just love it. I just think that it's something refreshing to see that Ty West kind of came unaware, because I've always been a Ty West fan. I loved House of the Devil a lot. Sacrament's really good. I thought Innkeepers was pretty good. I think out of the three, that's probably my least favorite. But it was just good to see him come out of left field with this trilogy and basically all right, check this out. And it's different. I think Pearl is something we've never really seen before, as far as the way it was shot and how great he does at set pieces and some. That movie looks like it really could have took place at that time,
Yeah. And I do like the core theme of the two films so far, which I think the theme is overall is dealing with mortality. You know what I mean? And seizing life. That's cool. But I just think Pearl was eons better than X. But again, X wasn't terrible.
Well, Nick is with us tonight. Nick, how are you?
What's up, Nick?
What's up?
Can't stand for it, Brandon. Can't stand for it, Brandon.
I know. Are you here to berate me now too, Nick?
No. I wasn't surprised. As Brandon said, he let us know that he was about to go on the journey of watching the two movies, and I was one of the people that said, you're going to like Pearl better. Just knowing some of your tastes and your style, I was like, he's going to like Pearl better. But yeah, man. Yeah, Maxine. Christian and I have already said Maxine's going to be the best out of all three. I don't give a shit.
It certainly should be, especially with because I think that Ty West is not going to he's not going to do glamour Stranger Things 80s. I think he's going to do real sleazy, just real sleaze 80s. I'm hoping there's not going to be any Metallica in this movie, for God's sakes. I don't want anything major pop culture in here. I want the real, you know what I mean? I want the real shit. I want the talk soundtrack in this movie. I want that real deep track stuff. And I hope it's sleazy and real and just nasty and sexy, I don't know.
Yeah. Nick, did you prefer X over Pearl?
I did. Yeah, I just did my top 10 on a stream yesterday, and I definitely surprised a lot of people when I said that. They were like, because I had X at number 2 for the year. The only movie that I put above it was Terrifier 2, because just still can't believe that movie got made and was put out into theaters. But yeah, I preferred X. I mean, X, like Christian was saying when he asked you, I think it's an easier watch. Like, I really do. X is more fun. Pearl's more obviously like a character study and whatnot, and it's a lot deeper of a movie. But I guess the themes of X just resonated more with me, because I don't know how you guys are about it, but I told you guys in our chat, the idea of death and aging is not something I'm a fan of at all. So
agreed. Now, I was talking to a buddy at work today about how I didn't really like X as much as I thought I would, but I loved Pearl. And he was like, maybe one of the reasons you weren't super into X was because you kind of missed the zeitgeist of when it came out. What was it, 6 months ago?
Yeah.
So you didn't see it. I didn't see it in the frenzy of its release. It's like, maybe that plays into it. I'm like, that could play into it. I don't know. Because that movie was huge when it came out. Everybody was talking about it.
Yeah, but it didn't blow the doors off the box office. But, you know, it was kind of like Terrifier 2. Like, it was more like a little indie horror movie. It was a little bit, you know, bigger budget than Terrifier 2, but only $1 million. It did really well for what it was. And a lot of people were talking about it. And then it did well on streaming. So,
yeah.
Really quick, we got Wet Movie in the green screen, in the green room. I'm so excited. But let me get to these. Thank you, Dino, so much. $10 super chat. Congrats, CHH, but I'm confused about X over Pearl. LOL. I guess Dino likes Pearl more too. Oh, X was a superior film, and I love Pearl very much. So he likes X better. So he doesn't like Brandon. And I was saying Brandon, not you. Brendan's.
Okay.
Much love, Mia Gothium. Thank you so much, Dino. Congrats on all your success, dude. You're a monster. And one more, Lopke. Thank you, Lepke, not Lopke.
Yeah, Cody Lepke.
Lepke. His name should be L-E instead of L-O. If you want to be Lepke. Thank you, man. He says, congrats, Planet CHH on 15K. Honestly, you deserve so much more, and I know more is to come. Here's 50K. Well, I want $50,000. I'll take that over 50K subs. But thank you so much, man. I really appreciate you. Okay, so let me bring this man in. I am so apparently, oh, really quick. Come on, Wes, please get in here. I need you in here, man. Really quick. So I've been watching Wet Movie for years. He's Garrett's boy. I'm so excited. I got Wet Movie 1 in the house, dude.
I'm here on my phone.
Laying down
in the Rad fam right now,
dude.
You know, I'm here,
dude.
But, I'm also here to say congratulations on the 15K subscribers right now, my man. Cheers. But also, everyone that's watching the stream, subscribe to Born to Be Rad. He's trying to hit 2K subscribers.
Come on,
before the end of the year.
Garrett, did you set this up, Garrett?
I had nothing to do with it. He's my street team over there from the West Coast. You know what I mean?
Hashtag Rad fam.
How long have y'all two known each other?
Not long. Probably since I just started YouTube, really. And he just met me through the Dead Pit guys because he's been a big Dead Pit fan for a long time. I mean, I've been watching Brendan since probably he started. So
me too.
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
No, dude. No, Brendan, you're the man, dude. I've been watching you. I've probably spent like a solid 500 hours over the years watching all your videos, dude.
Then again, I say I'm sorry, but dude, I feel so bad. I'm like kind of wiped out right now. I'm even laying in bed on my phone. I usually get on my computer and turn stuff on, but I'm like I had to come on here for the 15K celebration, and plus I saw my boy Garrett up in this piece.
Thanks,
so I'm
bro.
like I gotta get up in here, represent.
I appreciate it. And if you can't stay too long, I get it. But Brendan, let me ask you, dude, where are you at with X, Pearl, Maxine, and all that? You look like an X kind of guy to me.
Yeah. Actually, I watched X and Pearl recently for the first time within the last couple months, and like back to back actually the one day, and I kind of enjoyed it. I enjoyed both of them, and I'm down to see the next one in the franchise. Or whatever you want to call this one. It's a lot better than Halloween Ends. Garrett.
Oh,
I liked Halloween Ends.
I know you did, Garrett.
All right, Brendan. All right, Brendan. If you want to play, all right, Brendan. All right, tell me what is wrong with Halloween Ends, Brendan. Just tell me what is wrong with it. What's so wrong about that movie?
I don't know. To me, it feels like an all over the place kind of movie, and it just doesn't have that same kind of vibe and feel as like all these other Halloweens we kind of got before. You know, it's like, and I know it's cool for a change. You know, but why weren't we introduced to the Corey character in the 2018 movie or even in Kills? Like, where did this guy even come from?
Listen, I'm down for anything where Corey's a lead. You know what I mean? So
Team
Corey. If it was Feldman,
it's a win. It's a win for me.
Team Corey.
Yeah.
Cheers. You'll come around, Brennan.
So if there's a Corey in the lead of the movie, I'm usually pretty down for it. So
yeah,
I'm cool with it.
Oh boy.
But,
what about Terrifier 2? Did everybody get their 4Ks, Blu-rays, and all that?
yeah.
You see, you know, that's what sucks about this community, and what's good about this community. I had no interest in seeing this movie. I didn't give two flying fucks about the am I allowed to cuss on this one?
Yes.
I didn't give any two shits about the first one really, except for Catherine Corcoran, who's the blonde girl that gets, you know, chopped in half in the first one. Super cool chick.
Where does she get chopped? I'm just curious if you knew. Where does she start getting chopped?
She got chopped in half.
I know, but where did he start cutting her? I'm just curious.
I don't know if I can say this on YouTube, the Panooch. But I don't know, man. This that one didn't do anything for me. And I had no interest in seeing part 2 until I started seeing people like you guys talking about it. Gary's like putting up a video and stuff, and you know, everyone's doing it, showing the artwork. The artwork looks cool, and all the hype, of course, is getting since it's in theater. You know, it was in theaters and everything. I'm like, really? But the one big thing that's turning me off is like the 3-hour or whatever it is runtime on it.
You know what? I mean, it wasn't that bad. Of a you know, it didn't feel lengthy. There was some times I would have been like, okay, it could have been slimmed down a little bit here, but there was really no point in time where I was like, all right, come on, let's get on with it. So, and I'm like you, man, like I had no desire to see this at all. Like it wasn't even on my radar. I was just going to pass it by. And then people like Christian and my buddy Justin and stuff were like, dude, you got to check it out. And I was like, fine, I'll buy the whatever, the disc. And then when it comes, I'll check it out for the first time. And I actually was surprised. I have to admit, I was expecting to hate it because I did not like the first one whatsoever. So I thought it was good.
Yeah. Well, I remember before the movie came out, me and Nick were talking about it, just like, Jesus Christ, how long is this thing? And I still think you could chop a little bit out of it here and there. Not that I think any scene is totally expendable. You know, most of it's entertaining, if not all of it. But like, I just remember when we got out the theater, we were just like, I don't know how the fuck he did this. $200,000. That's all he did. That's all he had, like $200,000. It's incredible, you know? You know, I couldn't believe it.
I mean, the director of the movie, Damien Leone or whatever his name is, and the guy who played Art the Clown, I've seen at conventions before. Okay, go ahead and get to the super chat. I'll leave you alone.
Okay, real quick. Thank you, Alex Bacon. He says, congrats on your 15K, bro. Hail, love you all. I need to get some of all of your cents. About to crack into this Terrifier 2 Blu-ray. Appreciate all your F13 reviews, too. Salute. Thank you, Alex. I really appreciate that. God bless. All right, what movie as you were?
Thank you, sir. I forgot what I was. Yeah, no, I met and talked to Damien Leone a couple times, or once or twice at conventions, and the guy that played Art the Clown or plays Art the Clown. Really cool people, you know. But at the time, I'm just like, they're cool to talk to, but I still don't care about the first movie.
Yeah, it's interesting you say that. Let's start with Brandon. Are you a fan of the first movie? I still think it's like all right, the first one. You know what I mean? Have you seen the first one, Brandon?
I have. Yeah, it was decent. I don't really feel the need to watch it a second time, but I like Terrifier. I kind of thought Art was creepier in that first film he was in. What is it called now? All Hallows Eve.
All Hallows Eve.
I know it was a different actor and stuff at the time.
I like that guy too.
Yeah, but I thought he was a little bit freakier in that movie over Terrifier 1, but I really liked Art the Clown in Terrifier 2. I thought it was 10 times better than, you know, he did in the first film.
Yeah, Garrett, what about you? Terrifier 1.
Oh yeah, I don't like Terrifier 1, so I'm going to say 2.
Really?
Wow.
Yeah,
nah.
Nick, are you about the same way? You think it's fine, right? It's like it's not bad, it's not great.
Yeah.
You know
Terrifier is one of those movies where it's like you know, the practical effects are really solid. I like the look of it, very grimy, kind of grindhouse look. I dig that, but Yeah, the acting's pretty bad. There's no interesting characters. There's no plot. I feel like Terrifier 2 was the movie that Damien always wanted to make. You know, a little bit more money, not a crazy amount, but a little bit more, some more competent acting. And he really got to get a little weird with it, some supernatural shit. So Terrifier 2 is where he hit his stride. The first one was like, it's fine.
Really quick. Thank you, Quentin, so much. He gave me $4.99. He says, I've given shout outs to you and Nick on YouTube at the end of my videos on my YouTube channels. One of these days, me or Nick are going to have you on to talk about the trains, Quentin. We know you love horror movies, but what about these trains? You know, I want to get into these trains that you love. Thank you so much, Quentin. I appreciate it.
Thank you.
Son of a bitch. Well, we might be having somebody else hop on, and they've got a bone to pick with Wet Movie 1.
No, baby.
A serious bone to pick.
Wait a minute. Wait a minute. It's either Cool Duder or it's Metal Man.
Dude, I tell you,
he's not gonna let Metal Man on.
Okay, so like your stream you might lose your whole YouTube channel and stuff.
Yeah, no.
No, this guy just said, "Look, dude, I'm sick of this guy running his mouth on your video. Give me the link." And I'm nervous, so
it's probably Wes or some shit.
No, I wouldn't bet on that. I wouldn't bet on that. Wet Movie, are you a drinker? You do any beer, any liquor?
Not really. I occasionally with like friends, nothing crazy. I have enough problems when it comes to addiction with collecting and food and shit. So I try not to like do anything else.
Yeah. Well, don't get into these Angry Orchard hard ciders. It literally just tastes like apple juice. I'm gonna be fucked up here in a few hours. You know.
Here comes Charlotte.
Okay, so who has the bone to pick with my fat ass?
I'm waiting. He saw the link, or he or she or they them Zimzer saw the link. I don't know.
Boy.
But anyway, we'll just.
Oh, Garrett. Who could it be, Garrett? Goddamn.
Dude, they're pissed. They're not happy. They are not happy. Apparently, you got into a little tiff with them at a convention before, and yeah, I don't know, dude.
Oh shit! Hey, is it?
You don't know me, do you, Brendan? You don't know me. You don't know who I know.
Look, there's two people that at a convention that I had, or not conventions, but two semi-celebrities I had encounters with. I don't know if you know these people or not. That might jump on here. Linda Blair,
maybe.
No, or Mark Summers from Double Dare.
Wait, what did you do? What did you do to Linda Blair?
I didn't do shit. But Mark Summers from Double Dare tried to sue me, or almost tried to sue me and shit.
Can you believe that? You like you like love that dude too.
I do. I still do.
Well,
oh man.
Did you tell him you dare him to do it? Do you double dare him to sue you? Is that what you said?
Yeah, I'm a double dare you. Triple dog dare you.
What conventions do you go to, Brendan? You go to in Cali. You go to, what is that really, really big one?
Monsterpalooza.
Now tell me how big that thing is.
It's bigger. It's bigger and wider than my ass. But no. Monsterpalooza is the big one. There's the Hollywood show. Is pretty cool, but it's like more of an old fogey kind of convention. And there's Days of the Dead that happens in Las Vegas and Los Angeles sometimes.
Yeah. And
I'm kind of excited about that you brought it up, because Days of the Dead Las Vegas, that's coming up in February. Me and my friend OGP are going, and they have the two main cast members of Paranormal Activity that are going to be there, like Katie and whatever Mika or some shit.
That's cool, man.
And if you want any autographs, Garrett, let me know. And they just announced the number one guest I want to see. I know he has problems and shit just like I do, but Bam Margera from Jackass. I'm like, please don't cancel Bam. Holy shit.
Yeah, I saw him. Yeah.
I hope he gets his shit together, man.
No, I know.
Really do.
And I'm hoping he'll let me maybe get some sort of interview with him, because I would love to talk to him for a little bit.
Well, speaking of getting your shit together, Wet Movie, it's time to pay the piper.
Whew.
Are you ready?
Oh, Garrett, save me. Yeah, I had a feeling it was this mofo right there.
Now the rumor is,
guys, I'm on my phone tonight, so
it looks all right.
It looks all right.
Okay.
Now the rumor has it that Wet Movie 1 needs to stop pandering to the boutique labels. He's got to get his shit in check, and Dead Pit's gonna call you out.
Wait, what are you talking about? All the shit I just showed in my newest video, I paid for it, for the exception of that one kung fu movie.
I'm just starting shit. That's all I'm doing.
Don't anybody put this fucking movie over, boys.
Wait, you got a review copy, son of a bitch?
Yeah, from Lionsgate, because I want to get more stuff in the future. But I had to be honest. This movie's a piece of shit.
Okay, cool. Because I didn't even get that one. Like, I haven't seen Lionsgate stuff in a little bit.
Is the cardboard nice though on the slipcover?
It is a slip. Yeah, it's a nice slip. It's why
4K?
did they release this thing in 4K? By the way, it makes no sense at all. Like, did Smile even get a 4K?
It did.
Smile's not very good either. But.
No, I bought it. I'm very upset myself.
I thought Wet Movie liked Smile.
I like Smile. Oh wait, no, Smile. Sorry, I was thinking of something. Not Smile, but
Don't you be scared to say your opinion on here.
No,
if you like Smile, you be proud of it.
I was thinking of like X and Pearl. I was thinking of Pearl for some reason because at the end of that movie, she's like smiling all weird and shit. No, Smile suck nuts.
That's what we should do. That's a shirt right there. The shirt is going to be her smiling, and then it's going to have the Smile logo on the top.
Yeah.
Well, I'm working on the Wet Movie shirt right now, by the way.
Yeah, I was wondering what the hell was going on with that, Bulls.
I gotta take.
You gotta make that shit special.
It's going to be very special. I promise you. There's going to be at least 2. I've got 2 in mind, so I'll send you some ideas I've got.
I have an idea for a wet movie and Born to Be Rad T-shirt.
Oh boy, what is it?
Born to be wet.
Wet.
Actually, I mean that actually not a bad idea. Just do the same logo, and instead of rad, it just says wet. Born to be wet.
Born to be wet.
Wet.
Yeah, there you go.
that would be pretty funny.
Oh shit.
Or it could be like Hulkamania, but it could be Wet-a-mania.
Mm. And it's just like
I don't think Brendan liked it. He said, Brendan, you know what your best video is?
I'm sorry. What?
When you met Ron Jeremy.
Oh, dude, he was in a handful of videos before I knew he was like, touching people inappropriately in places that they didn't want to.
That's your boy. That's your boy, dude.
He was at one time.
Big Creep knew that
for decades.
Decades.
My dad did eat my. I don't know if I ever said this, but my dad did a porno movie with him a long time ago. I mean, not. Ron? I don't think they, or anything. But like, my dad told me he was in one of those movies where they actually back in the 70s when they filmed actual movies of porn, I guess. But so I don't want to watch it. My dad's in it.
So X is kind of about your dad a little bit. Is that what you're telling us?
I guess so.
Did that hit Blu-ray DVD, brother? Did Vinegar Syndrome put that out?
Oh, dude, you know what the sad thing is? I don't know the names of the porno movies he did back in the day.
Oh, you gotta find it.
He did some porn movies, and he also did some like random ass like low budget horror movies. And
yeah, he was in. what was the one he was in? The zombie, the rock.
Shock 'em Dead.
Yeah.
Shock 'em Dead.
Yeah. Oh, was it Terror?
Come out?
Yeah, it did. Like through the director, and like I think Olive Films put it out on Blu-ray too a long time ago. That movie's a piece of shit.
Well, Vinegar Syndrome. There you go.
Mm.
Oh shit. Big Creep, didn't y'all just hit? Was it the 17-year anniversary y'all just hit for Dead Pit?
Oh yeah, we started when we were 5 years old.
Dead Pit's almost able to get married, dude.
No, it's crazy, man. Time flies. When you get a little older, Christian, you don't know this yet because you're still a young pup. But like the years just fucking like they go by just like that.
Well, how do you slow it down?
You don't. It just keeps getting faster and faster. God, I remember when I was a kid, I was like, it seemed like 10 years in between Christmases, and now it's like a month or something.
I agree. I mean, I don't know how you guys all feel in here, but I feel the same way. Like time is just like from the age of like the first 20 years of my life, it like feels like eternity. Then like the next is like, what the hell? I don't even like. I felt like I was 20 like a couple years ago. 25.
Man, I feel so old now. Like when I get home from work, like I feel okay when I'm at work, but once I get like home and I sit down for a couple minutes and I try to get and I stand back up again, I'm like, oh, I'm this old now.
I don't feel old.
You just want to stay there.
I know, of course, you wouldn't feel old.
I don't feel old.
You're gonna stay 20 looking forever, aren't you?
I hope so. That's the goal,
It's
man.
fine getting like 2 hours of sleep a night.
Yeah.
No.
But you can tell on some of these streams he does. He looks like he's been fucking crying or something.
He says that every time. He's like, dude, you look exhausted. I'm like, I am, but I got to do it. You know?
Oh, shit.
Now you find time somehow, you know?
You got to, yeah.
Dude, I'm the only old fogey in this live show right now that's in his bed under his covers and shit pretty much.
Oh, I'm getting ready to be here in a little bit. It's almost, well, it's past my bedtime, boys.
Oh, yeah.
What are you, Steve, now, dude?
He's 10:30.
No.
He's 10:30.
10:38. Wasn't that or 10:39, something like that.
Yeah.
It's only 7:46 over here.
My wife is passed out in there, though, so she's good.
Well, Creep, let me ask you. If you can't stay, so let me ask you. Give me advice, dude. What the fuck should I do with this goddamn 4 flies on gray velvet? Like, should I just hawk it?
eBay that shit.
Yeah, I'd sell it right away. I mean, you've got some of your people. You got 15,000 people on your YouTube page. Sell it on there. Do not sell it on eBay because they'll take too much. What is it now? Like 25%, 30%?
Sucks, dude. It sucks.
It's
terrible
with eBay and PayPal fees and stuff. So that'll cut into your profit. Mm-hmm. Sell it on. You got tons of Instagram followers, YouTube people. Just throw it up there and say, hey, $150 right now. I'll ship it to you.
Cash money.
Yeah.
I mean, even with like eBay now, like it's everything, you got to go through your taxes with everything you sell now too. So it's like they get you from all the angles now. It's actually kind of shitty. Like you're not making much on a lot of this stuff anymore. And then what happens is everybody's raising the prices on stuff because they're trying to counteract all the fees and everything. So the eBay's tough right now.
Yeah. Well.
So Wes, I'll give you $5 and a 5-piece chicken nugget for that slip cover over there that you got for Invisible Maniac.
No, my buddy Brian Goes Blue is going to buy that off of me for $800.
He is.
Let's hope. I mean, that
All right, because my offer's still on $5 and some chicken nuggets.
Because let me tell you something, guys. If you've got that slip now, they haven't said exactly how many of those are out there. That's the rarest slip cover in Vinegar Syndrome history. And these people, you know how crazy these Vinegar Syndrome people are. So I've got to have some major money for that slip cover.
You goddamn right. Now, Wes, let me ask you, dude. Give it to me straight. Let me get to this real quick. Thank you, Brandon, for the $9.99 super chat. Congrats, Christian. Thanks for the great content and for being a friend to me whenever I wanted to show or ask you something. I'm so proud of you. Keep up the good work. God bless, Brandon. God bless. Thank you very much. Wes, I need the unfiltered opinion of Jamie Lee Curtis's performance in Halloween Ends right now. On a scale of 1 to 10.
I don't know. Jamie Lee Curtis. Well, I mean, her tits did a great job. I think she's got a nice rack still. She's 60, what is it, 62 years old, something like that. So she was still okay to look at.
Would you hit it?
Yeah. I would. I mean, yeah.
He's like, looking over.
What'd you say? I don't know. Performance-wise, it was okay. I mean, there was so much going on in that movie. I mean, I can't really, I don't know, lost some lots there. But, yeah, I mean, I would give it maybe a 4 out of 10, 5 out of 10, something like that.
What about this Steelbook, though, dude? Holler at your boy with the Steelbook. A little bit of 6.5.
Of the 3, that's by far the best Steelbook.
I agree.
No denying.
Sad thing is, I ain't never gonna buy that shit.
Stop it, Wet Movie One. You're supposed to be a goddamn physical media collector. I'm gonna be Wet Movie.
Hey,
I'm Wet Movie One.
You want to get slapped?
Yes.
You want to get slapped?
I'm drunk as hell.
What's funny about the Steelbook is, though, like all 3 of the movies were Halloween, right? That's the only one that's orange and black.
Thank God, some goddamn color for once. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
like,
sure.
They decided to do something nice for once. I mean, son of a bitch.
Yeah, that one does look pretty nice.
Yeah. I think me, Nick, and Garrett are the only people that like. I'm just like, I was actually surprised Nick liked it because it is very different, but he did like it. But I couldn't believe Garrett liked it either. You know, Nick got so much shit over Halloween Ends that people came to my channel to rip on Nick. They came to my channel to give Nick shit Like poor Nick, I felt so bad for him, but he put it out there. I'm proud of him. He don't give a fuck.
Yeah, I don't care. I mean, I had people telling me to go play Russian roulette with myself.
That was Dead Pit.
I had some guy say,
no,
just because I liked it. So I don't know how these two things correlate, but some guy commented and was like, I thought your people only came out in June for Pride Month. And I was like, because I liked Halloween Ends. Like, all right, whatever. So
yeah, that was probably Wes.
Where?
Come on, what movie? Y'all supposed to be going back years and years. You gonna throw them to the bus like that?
Still have the Dead Pit Pride shirt out there, boys. We support all of our people.
Goddamn right.
Yeah.
What? So it's just weird. Like, where did all these people come from? I didn't get any hate. And I said I liked it.
Okay, here's the thing, Garrett. The reason was I was very firm in my opinion about it. Like, that was the thing about Christian too. Christian was like, I didn't really get that shit. And I'm like, yeah, because like when you play the side of like, I liked it. It was pretty good. There were some things that would have changed. A lot of people are like, all right, I can meet this person halfway. But when you're like me, where you're like, yeah, man, I really liked it. I just don't really have anything negative I really care to say about it. People are like, you fucking serious? You dumb motherfucker. And I'm like,
stupid fuck.
I'm not saying there aren't problems with it, but like there was more I liked than I didn't like. So I just kind of didn't really focus on what I didn't like, I guess. I don't know.
I would be interested in seeing what the original movie was, though.
I mean, we have ideas, but nothing's set in stone, I think, right?
It was definitely something different than what we saw. For sure.
Well, the writer of the novelization, we watched a movie, covered the whole novel on their channel, and they talked to one of the writers, Paul Brad Logan, and he said that when David Gordon Green approached them in 2016, he had a rough outline of this story, and they basically asked him, they were like, was this supposed to be the first one, or was this always supposed to lead to something like this? And he was like, I don't really know. But David had mentioned aspects that were in Halloween Ends from the very beginning. So, like, part of me wonders if he wanted to do this from the beginning. And Blumhouse and the Akkads were like,
Uncle Bill has the link, too, by the way. So he's just hanging out there, not coming in.
Put them goddamn kids to bed. Get your ass in here. I need you in here, Uncle Bill.
Do you know how long it takes for him to put all 12 kids to bed? Damn, dude.
Cheaper by the dozen.
Usually they'll just be running around till like 1 a.m. anyway, so it doesn't matter.
Oh, shit.
I mean, it seems to me Ends almost feels like it would have been the first of the three, in my opinion. Like, it almost seems like Michael was hiding out in that sewer for like 40 years, and then they could have like just almost did it in reverse, kind of.
I just wish he would have killed him in the cave. I wish Corey would have stomped a mud hole in him and walked it dry, taken the mask, pummeled him, killed him, and then, that's the end of the movie.
You're getting greedy. You're getting greedy because if they were already mad about him taking the mask, how do you think people would have reacted if he killed that geriatric fuck in that tunnel?
I'd have been happy.
No. What was the deal though with the Mumra Myers at first? Like, I don't know if you guys are probably too young for Mumra, but Thundercats.
Yeah, I know.
The what?
Like the mummified.
Mumra.
He's barely fucking going, right? Like, I was like.
I mean, is that because he hadn't killed, right? He hadn't killed, I guess. But then at the same time,
what the hell happened? He killed all kinds of fucking people in the Halloween Kills, right?
Yeah, but that was like 4 years before. I mean, the only thing that kind of throws that theory off, though, is that guy's like, he brings people in there. So I'm assuming he's still killing people, right? So unless he's doing it like just to survive, because in part 2 in Kills they almost made it seem like he needed to kill to get like stronger, right? They like kind of added that in. Yeah. So at 4 years of not really killing that many people, maybe he was just powerless, and that was it. Maybe he killed like one person every who knows, a year or something.
Well, I mean, Kills, that was the one problem, man. I think that without some of the things in Kills, and I like Kills a lot, but without some of those things, Ends would have been a lot easier for people to tolerate, because Kills made it seem like he was the fucking Terminator. And like the more he killed, the stronger he got. So he killed all those people in Kills, and people were like, why the fuck's he so weak in Ends? And it's like, oh yeah, we didn't actually mean that. He's just a person. Right. And it's like, oh, well, what the fuck then? So, I mean, I don't know. But they said that in Ends, when he does that little shimmy, after he stabs Mulaney, he does that little shimmy up his body.
Like he's getting power or whatever, right?
People thought that. The writer of the book said, no, that's him getting aroused. Like he's like, yeah.
Well, see that's where I get annoyed. That's where I get annoyed because that makes even less sense.
It does make
getting
sense.
physically.
No. Serial killers get off on that.
But my thing is,
serial killers get boners too.
Yeah.
But that in the context of the film, if he really was like dying and he was this close and he kills and then he can, and then all after that, he goes to the broad's house where she's getting ready to take a shower and he can lift the broad up and stab her. Why couldn't he have done that? Well, why couldn't he have done that before then?
I could lift her up with one hand. She's 90 pounds.
You know what I mean? But he couldn't, dude. He couldn't unzip his zipper before that kill.
How do you know? How do you know?
Because Corey Cunningham could push him. What do you mean?
Corey
Cunningham's a little punk ass bitch. Always has.
Hey, don't talk about anybody named Corey in front of Garrett like that.
Hey, dude, look at them guns. Those are young guns. I've been on the Born to Be Rad program.
Rad bod, yeah.
He says when you're taking a shit, just curl, brother. When you're eating your lunch, curl. When you're driving that truck, over the top. You said, you ever seen Over the Top? I always want you to be curling in the truck.
Push-ups is the way to go. In between commercials, yeah. Commercial breaks, push-ups.
See, this is bullshit. I don't want Uncle Bill in the chat. Unless he's going to... I'm going to ban Uncle Bill unless he gets on the show.
Oh, dude, I wish it came with a Corey poster kind of like from Teen Beat Magazine. I would love that.
All right, well, let me ask you guys this then. I think me and Nick agree our least favorite is 2018, correct, Nick?
Yes.
Out of the three, hold on, what movie? Don't ever make those faces like that on my show. Number one. I'm kidding. I'm fucking with you. Out of the three, what is everybody's least favorite?
2018.
2018.
I think Creep is gonna say, I knew it. Damn it, Creep.
Yeah. I mean, it's fine. Like, there's people that like the fucking Monsters movie, Texas Chainsaw 22. People can like what they want to like, but like, I just don't ever really want to watch that movie ever again.
Right.
Yeah, I would never buy Halloween Ends. I got a review copy, but I would never have bought it.
Well, you know what, dude? This is Undercover Boss. I work for Universal. You're done. You're not getting shit else.
That's all right. That's all right. Other companies kick me off their shit too. I have no idea why, but they did. Mill Creek, fuck you. You know what I'm saying?
You have to love everything, man. That's what
okay.
Films
okay.
God does.
Okay.
Oh
I'm just gonna bring it up, okay? Because have you guys seen some of these goddamn videos of people? I'm not gonna name names. Trying to put over this hunk of shit Saw box set that if you breathe on it wrong, it fucking breaks.
Yeah, I
Have
saw
you guys, what the hell is going on here?
What happens is that people's ethics go out the window when they get free shit. That's the problem. And what really annoys me about it is that you're staring your fan base, the collectors and all that shit. You're doing them dirty, man. Like, you don't tell someone it's the best set out there for $300 and the next sentence be like, oh yeah, mine came broken too, but I can fix it with glue. Well, it's easy for you to say that when you didn't pay for it, dude. Don't tell people.
Go to Hobby Lobby and fix it.
Don't tell people to buy it when everybody's is coming broken and they just like, oh, that's like a Scream Factory thing. Like, oh, just glue it, it'll be fine. What? Just glue it?
It's off
$300, dude. It's so ridiculous. Silliness. Dude.
Well, silliness. The trap breaking on Saw is actually symbolic of escaping the trap. So it's actually part of the. It's part of it.
Yeah. Speaking of which, I got these in the mail today as a gift, and there were no issues on my discs.
Well, check the case and see if there's a bunch of shit stains on it.
For part two.
I looked at all three of them.
No shit stains.
No shit stains. Nothing on the discs. Nothing
on the
cases.
Hey, do whatever you do. Don't ask me to check my chonies right now.
Were those sealed, or did someone give you theirs?
They were sealed. Yeah.
All right.
Somebody messaged me and was like, "Hey, did you get those Child's Play 4 cases?" I was like, "I wanted them, but like I didn't get them." And he was like, "Oh, let me send them to you for Christmas." I was like, "All right, cool, whatever."
Hey, fuck yeah.
Scam Factory is one of those companies, though. If you do not give them 100% positive reviews, you're not getting shit.
Do they give stuff out to people?
They do. Yeah, they still.
I've gotten some stuff, but it's like It's like here and far between. It's just like whatever they feel like, kind of thing.
Oh, they give you like 8-legged freaks or something.
Right? Yeah,
They gave you that?
No, but I can't remember what the last one was that I got, but It's just like real sporadic and random now. It used to be more kind of like a thing, but now it's just kind of random.
Yeah. So let me ask you guys this, because I was texting, or not texting, I was messaging Wes about this the other day. Who did physical media as a company right this year, and who just shit the bed? Who just like really screwed over? Yeah, no wonder Christian doesn't get free shit from Scream Factory. But who shit the bed this year as a physical media company and just like really screwed over the fan bases? Who's the worst this year?
Well, Severin comes to mind for me real quick. Because they've got a history of it, man. I mean, that, you know, the Four Flies thing, sure, but the company almost went bankrupt, you know, due to the Cruel Jaws thing last year, and they're always doing like shady shit. But as far as best company goes, that's a tough one. I mean, I think Second Sight had a really good year this year. Kino, they had a lot of great releases too. Arrow did pretty good the first half of the year as well. I don't know.
Right.
I'll have to think about that one.
Yeah.
Yeah, I kind of have to agree with a lot what he said. I mean, I think Severin kind of dropped the ball. Scream Factory was they've been kind of not shitty, but like they've been just bland the last couple of years. It hasn't been anything huge from them, in my opinion. I mean, I think Vinegar Syndrome did okay this year. Arrow kind of pretty good, but Severin, I think, is the one that dropped the ball the most out of everybody this year, for sure.
Yeah, the guy that hit me up, he actually said it was okay to. He commented on my video. He said that, goddamn Uncle Bill. he said that he responded to one of my posts about the Four Flies release, and he said that somebody within the company messaged him, and he was like, "Hey, what are you upset about?" And then he was like, "Dude, like you clearly put like a thick ass box on that artwork, and it made people give the impression they were getting like an Arrow thing." And he said that the guy told him, "Yeah, that's true. We were going to do that, but it's a long story." And he said something. Apparently they have a podcast or something, or somebody in the company is involved with a podcast with Severin that said that they were going to go into what happened. But why not make that? My thing is, if you can't be upset at a company, like just honesty, because honesty, the truth always comes out anyway. Just honesty is the best policy 10 out of 10 times. So the fact that they didn't just be like, hey, this is not a whatever. I don't know. Just the fact that they were making it Black Friday only was enough to get jackasses like me to get it.
It was $66 too. Like, that's the problem I had.
I know it, but it's Dario Argento, you know, like, what are you going to do about it? It's Dario, you know, and it's like his heyday, you know? I don't know. Garrett said he didn't even like the movie that much.
I thought it was fine. It just was. I just don't think a lot of people that haven't seen it before, like, I had the DVD, but the quality was so bad. Like, it felt like it was the first time I ever watched it. And I mean, it's fine. It's slow. It's interesting, but I just feel like the payoff isn't as great as it could be. Like, I just think it's like a fine movie, but not $60 fine. Like, I think it's not worth that. But
and these prices, you know what, just keep going up and up too.
I actually have to
Living Dead 4K is about the same price. I think
I still haven't pulled the trigger on that yet.
Me neither. But I don't know.
Uncle Bill made a good point. He's saying Vestron, that they did really good this year.
Agreed.
Class.
Yeah.
Even though some of them are really shitty movies, the price reflects the shit. You know what I mean?
Yeah. I mean, $11.99 for the Silent Night Deadly Night set. That's about right. You know,
I still need to get up on that.
And the Dentist 2-pack is only $12 too. That's a price.
And Wes, I know you like Dark Delicacies. They're having a signing. If you want to get The Dentist, the Blu-ray signed by the director and like a couple of the cast members from those movies are going to be there.
Well, hook me up. I'll pay you back.
Boy, you can go on their site, Bulls. It's like $20.
Yeah, balls.
I check it out then.
Yeah.
Really quick, let me get this before I forget. Thank you, Antonis. He says, I love this comment from Antonis because it's the most interesting sentence I've ever read. What is everyone's most anticipated horror film for 2023? For me, it's the Exorcist sequel, even though I don't have a lot of hope in it. So he's highly anticipating it, although he doesn't think it's going to be. Thank you, Jonas. I appreciate it, man.
You know what? I won't deny that. I mean, I don't think it's going to be great, but I'm very intrigued by it. I love The Exorcist, but I'm curious to see like what they're going to do with it. I mean, I'm really excited for it.
I'll tell you what I'm ready for, and Nick is going to love it. Big Creep is going to say, you know what, boys? That was pretty damn good. Saw motherfucking 10 is going to come in hot. He's ready. Big Creep's ready. He's giving it a shot. Am I right?
Maybe. I don't know. Is he going to have a mini SD card in his urethra this time, or dick hole or whatever?
Butthole.
Yeah. So I don't know why they keep trying with these Saw sequels now. People are done with Saw, I think. You know, whenever they stopped with, what was it, Saw 7 or whatever the hell it was.
Final chapter.
When they were doing them consecutively, you know, back to back to back. I think a lot of that was because it was in October. No other studio fucking realized people want to see horror movies in October, right? And it was like, for a while there, they were doing the Halloween movies in fucking July and August.
H2O, yeah.
What? But you know, Saw movies, they're done. I don't think there's ever going to be like another huge Saw movie. But I mean, maybe they'll, you know, maybe the movie will be okay.
Well, let me ask you this. And this is for everybody. What do you need from a Saw movie? To me, I thought, what was the last one with Chris Rock called Spiral? It was fine, but like, I really want these kills. It's 2022. If Terrifier 2 is going to set the bar for gore, I want these traps to just start ripping dicks off left and right.
Well, they missed their chance though in Spiral. They could have done Jigsaw versus Lil Penny. I know that's probably, you know, that may be a little bit too old for you guys, but look up Lil Penny. That was Chris Rock, Penny Hardaway's little doll thing. They could have had like a steel cage match or something, you know.
I would have loved that. I would have loved that.
No, I mean, it's Tobin Bell, dude. That's what I need. As much as I had a decent enough time with Spiral, I guess it was super forgettable. And it's just like, I don't need that Kermit the Frog sounding fucking copycat killer bullshit. I just don't. Yeah, I don't need it. Like if you're gonna do a Saw movie, you need to have Tobin Bell. Whether it's good or not, it doesn't feel like a Saw movie without Tobin Bell.
Yeah,
that's the way it is.
I'll agree with that.
You can get that little pig on Trick or Treat Studios. I know Garrett's getting ready for the pre-order for a low price of like $129.99, and it's foam filled.
Wow.
Thank you, Movie Watch Daily. Man, I wish you could have hopped on with us, man. He says, crashing, but wanted to say hello and throw something towards the CHH Leech Woman fun. Cheers, balls. Thank you so much, Movie Watch Daily. Get some sleep, Justin. I appreciate it, brother. Thank you very much.
See you tomorrow, brother. Be ready.
Damn, Rat Pack all up in the house. Jesus.
All up in this bitch.
My phone is getting ready to die, and it's my bedtime, but congratulations, man.
Thank you, man. Thank you.
15K.
Hey, without you inspiring Pizzo and all those guys, I wouldn't even be here. So you're the MVP of all this, dude. Don't ever get it twisted. I always like to give praise to the people that deserve it, man. Without you, it's no bullshit, dude.
And he's from Kentucky, so I'm Ohio. I see that you're a Reds fan. I am too. We suck balls. We do most of the time.
What can you do, though? What can you do?
Wait. Who suck balls? I can't hear everybody talking. I'm on my phone.
Cincinnati
I heard who suck balls.
Yeah, Cincinnati Reds. Yeah, Bob Castellini's a bitch. So yeah, kind of where we're at.
I just don't follow them anymore. I grew up around the World Series era Reds, Barry Larkin, Eric Davis.
I remember watching that. I remember watching that World Series against the Oakland Athletics.
Chris Sabo was my favorite back in the day.
The goggles,
yeah, guys, good talking to you. You all have a good night, and keep it creepy.
Yes, sir. Take it easy, brother.
All right, bro. See you guys
later.
Halloween ends rules.
That's right. So everybody else. Nick, let's start with you, dude.
Yeah.
Because we've been doing a lot of physical media. We're gonna do a lot of boutique physical media talk.
Yeah, come on, Christian, let's go.
What is your most anticipated? Your Evil Dead Rise.
No, I was yeah, probably. Evil Dead Rise is right there for next year, because that series is batting 1,000. So I have no reason to believe that movie's not going to be good.
Even Branding's excited for Evil Dead Rise.
I was going to fucking kick ass, man. But it's funny. Antanas mentions The Exorcist. This is one that I think keeps getting, slipping through the cracks. And Christian and I, we know some nuggets about The Exorcist that y'all don't know. Okay.
Is Linda Blair in that shit? Come on, man.
I'm not saying shit.
She's got to be.
All I'm going to tell you is that I am excited for it. And I want to know, Garrett, I want to ask you this, because I hear people say this all the time, and Antanas said it. Why the fuck do people not have faith in it? Like, seriously, I'm just curious. Because, this series as a whole sucks balls. The Heretic sucks, Dominion, and Exorcist the Beginning. All three of those movies are at best forgettable as shit. You've got the first one and 3. Those are the only 2 that are worth a damn. So I'm just curious as to why people are like, I have no faith in this movie. Say what you will about the Halloween trilogy, David Gordon Green is a competent director. And if you didn't like what he did with Halloween, well, The Exorcist is a totally different ballgame, totally different subgenre of horror.
Well, let me ask you this. Is this supposed to be sequels, or is this a whole new story?
This is
a whole new franchise. Are they restarting it, rebooting it?
This is a sequel to the first movie.
So 3 doesn't count anymore.
I would assume not. I would also assume that Abomination, the Heretic, doesn't count anymore. So they're kind of going the 2018 route where it's we'll just, But honestly, though, that's fine because, as much as I like Exorcist 3, and I think all 4 of us like Exorcist 3, you don't really need that you don't need that in canon to make a sequel to the original, I don't think.
No, you don't, but because it really, the only thing Exorcist 3 does for the original is it just gives you the backstory of Father Karras, right? So unless they really touch upon that with the new one, then I guess they don't need to even say it doesn't count, right? If he's not even in a thing, then they don't even need to be let's ignore 3, because he's the only reason they would ignore 3 unless he's alive in this new one. I don't know, but I don't know. I don't hate the Gordon Green Halloween. As a whole, I actually was pretty entertained by it, more or less. So I think that I'm intrigued, but I just feel that it's always going to be compared to the original. And I think that's where people are going to have a problem. And think about how many times that they've done possession movies since then. And it's nothing's ever held a candle to it. So I don't know. I'm excited for it, but I'm not going to go into it with high hopes. But I think if it could be very good of a trilogy. I just, like you said before with the Halloween, in my head, watching these 3 movies, the Halloween movies, it almost seems like this dude had no vision at all. And he just threw shit at a wall every time it was time to make a movie and been oh, let's just do this. And that makes me nervous about Exorcist. It's dude, if he's got 3 movies lined up, he should already have that story ready to go and be okay, here's how we're going to split it. And in Halloween, I feel it feels not that at all. It feels like none of these movies connect well.
Well, and I will say to that, though, because of the novelization and the shit that we know after the fact, I don't think that was David Gordon Green. I think that was Blumhouse and Universal and the Akkads. They didn't want him to go super weird from the beginning. I think he always kind of had that idea to do his own thing, and they were oh, no, we want this to make money first. And then once it made money, they were all right, do whatever the fuck you want. 2, I did answer one of your questions in the private chat, Garrett. I don't know if you saw it. That is between us. So
I didn't see it.
Really quick, because I want to talk Exorcist. Thank you, Alexis, for the $4.99 plus tax. Congrats, Christian. You deserve it. Much love. Thank you very much. Here's the thing about Exorcist and David. This is David Gordon Green in a nutshell. David Gordon Green reminds me when I was in high school, and Brandon Dirty Money Tabata is going to relate to this. This is David Gordon Green with the Halloween trilogy, basically. Hey, man, are you ready for that English test today? We got an English test today? That's his Halloween trilogy in a nutshell. Just fucking winging it.
Hey, man, I don't... again, that's what it feels like. That's what it feels like to me.
I like it.
I feel like it is. I'm fine with them, but to me, it feels like he had no story. In each movie, he was I'll figure it out as I go. But that's just how it feels.
Let me ask,
as much as that's right.
And let me ask Nick this really quick. Nick, no bullshit. Give me the perfect Halloween sequel to the original. Take away worrying about getting people signed on, obviously if they're dead, they can't be in it. But like, give me the really quick. I need to know this. What would have been the perfect Halloween 2018 era sequel? Brandon, hold on, Brandon. This is what I'm saying though. In the event that, because I saw Brandon's trying to do dirty stuff.
I agree with him. I think
I love Halloween 2.
I think it's a perfect sequel.
I agree. I love Halloween 2, but I'm asking Nick this. Nick is now in charge of Blumhouse, and the thing is, hey, we've got to do a sequel to the original, just the original. What, Nick? Tell me what would have been, in your opinion, the absolute perfect Halloween 2, besides the original, which Brandon loves.
If Halloween 2 doesn't exist and you're picking this up 20, 30, 40 years later, whatever it might be, I think that the route that is best to take would be the H2O route. She moves away. She changes her name. She tries to have some semblance of a different life, running away from that and dealing with, obviously, the alcoholism and whatnot, and always thinking he's going to come back and all that shit that comes with it. But H2O already existed, so like you can't do that exact thing, and I totally get that. And also, I don't think the execution in H2O is all that great. The idea is great, but I really think that's the best way. And obviously, we're working under the assumption that the original Halloween 2 doesn't exist, and this is not the same night. So you can't say, well, I think they should pick it up the same night. No, if we're talking picking it up decades later, I think the H2O route is the best route to go. And it's why I was kind of like, really, with the premise of 2018, because I was like, I feel like I've seen a lot of this in H2O. And although I think 2018 is a better film, just technically speaking, than H2O, because H2O was a shit show behind the scenes, as we all know. I just think that Laurie was better in H2O. I think that arc was more believable in H2O. And it's my favorite Jamie Lee performance in the entire series.
Without question.
Is H2O. So I think that's the route you go. But yeah.
Fair enough. And that's a great route. Let me give you my 2 cents. This is where Brandon's going to agree with me. I think Nick would actually be okay with this too. I really loved the idea that John Carpenter had with doing Halloween 4 before the Canon deal fell through and Akkad didn't like his idea. You have to include, I would, it's kind of weird because I kind of told Nick, you have to make a sequel to the first Halloween, excluding Halloween 2. But if I could have my pie and eat it too, Halloween 2 happened, he's fucking dead. But on Halloween night, the fear of Michael in Haddonfield causes his ghost to reappear on the night of Halloween. And at the stroke of midnight, he disappears again. That's what I would want. I think that would be badass.
I mean, that makes him that would make him kind of like a repeater, like in Hatchet.
Something like that.
Yeah.
He's like Santa Claus.
Feedback?
I actually don't think that. I don't think that's a bad idea. I think that would be kind of cool. Like he comes back every Halloween, and once Halloween's over, boom, he's gone again for a year. Rather than trying to come up with a reason where the hell he's been all this time, right? Like it makes that a lot easier than having to go that route where like, okay, he's been gone.
Well, people are gonna bitch about where he's at anyway, and when they show the son of a bitch walking through the woods in Rob Zombies, people complain about that. I'm drunk, so I don't give a rat's ass.
Yeah, I didn't like that.
You know what I mean? What?
I don't like Woodsy Myers.
Dude, let me tell you something, dude. He looked like a member of GWAR. You know what I mean?
He did.
Me and Nick will stand firm. Rob Zombie's Halloween 2 is a fucking masterpiece.
Yeah.
You can stand firm on that.
I will, motherfucker. I will.
It's the Back to the Future of the Halloween films.
Is
that Back to the Future 2 behind you, by the way?
Holy shit. Oh, yeah.
Dude, that's gorgeous.
Signed by Michael J. and Lloyd.
Dude, that's awesome. That's badass. Really quick, Saturn Video, $5 super chat. Hell of a milestone, Christian. Here's to the Suckling live commentary. Thank you so much, Saturn Video. I appreciate it. I tell you what, me and Garrett are actually doing. We gotta book the date. But me and Garrett are going to be doing, and Garrett's actually going to be drinking. I really can't wait. He told me he's getting fireballs and Jaeger bombs for my grandpa's. Boy, pull that shrink wrap off. You still got the shrink wrap off? Are you going to?
I wanted to prove it to you that I didn't watch it yet. That's
okay,
why.
fair enough.
Yeah. I don't want you to think I snuck it out there, and I've honestly really want to watch it. Like I keep looking at it and be like,
Dude, we're gonna once the new year happens, we're gonna plan. Let's get through the holidays, and we're gonna plan My Grandpa's a Vampire commentary. Brandon backed out.
I did not. I said I would watch it digitally.
You're a chicken shit, Brandon Dirty Money Tabado. You said you were buying it, and you said, "Oh, I'll get it tomorrow." That's what you said.
When did I say that?
A few days ago. Goddamn.
I said I'll rent it digitally.
Can you? Is it anywhere to get? I don't even know.
You can get on Amazon Prime. You can rent it or buy it digitally.
Sick.
I don't know, guys. I don't know if I want to buy that movie. I feel like it's gonna be a dud.
See,
it's gonna be a dud.
No, it's not. No, it's not. It's absolutely not. It's gonna be.
It's gonna be terrible.
Me and Garrett love watching like PG horror films.
Oh, I do.
We dig it. But so Nick, I want to go back to this. So you said Evil Dead Rise is yours. You're also ready for The Exorcist. Did you guys go through the rest when I was getting another beer? Garrett and Brandon, did you guys say what you guys are? I actually think 2023 is going to be a banger of a year. I'm really excited.
I'm excited for Evil Dead Rise. I'm excited for Maxine. I think the best. I think that's probably where I'm the most excited. But Evil Dead Rise, sure.
What's going to be the sleeper hit though that you're going to be like, holy shit, I wasn't expecting this to be that good? I think it's going to be Saw.
I hope it's Saw.
I don't think it's.
Come on, Garrett.
Nah.
Garrett. You got the best Saw collection I've ever seen. You're not a big Saw fan. Dudes, Garrett pulls out his DVD cases. They got fucking motors on them. He's got a
Oh yeah, those.
I'm gonna say it right now. Saw 2 is going to do $100 million worldwide.
Goddamn right it is.
$100 million.
It better come out in October because Halloween's gone. So that's an open month right now.
Actually, you know what? I will say, Akeem said it. I'm excited for Megan. I am excited for Megan.
I've only seen it's going to be dumb fun, or you think it's going to be good?
I only saw that one trailer, so I don't know much about this movie except for what I saw. I mean, I don't know. I don't know. I think it should be good.
I think you're going to buy the 4K. Are you going to go to the theater and see it, and you're going to say,
maybe I'll go to the theater.
I don't think you're going to like it, Garrett. I think you're going to say, what was I doing?
I mean, it is. I think it's Blumhouse, right?
I think it looks pretty dumb, to be honest.
That's going to be a tough one. So we'll see.
Cocaine Bear?
I think that'll do well. I think that'll be a fun watch.
What, the Cocaine Bear?
Yeah, I think so. Yeah.
Brandon is begging and pleading for the heroin dog.
What the fuck just happened?
The Cocaine Bear, dude. That's gonna be the sleeper hit of the.
That movie's gonna unite the fucking planet. Okay.
You know what? I think that Scream is gonna be really good. I think it's gonna be way better than we all think it's gonna be.
I agree.
It's gonna be the best since part one. I feel.
Dude,
because it's so different. Different.
And Jenna Ortega, I literally just finished Wednesday. Garrett, you know I hate TV shows. No bullshit. I adored the show Wednesday. I really fucking loved it.
I haven't watched it yet.
I understand because I hate TV shows too. But my wife was like, "Watch it."
It is
I
good.
Loved it.
It is.
I am such a Jenna Ortega fan. I literally, that's my Nev Campbell for Scream. I'm not bullshitting. So I'm all in for Scream 6. Ghostface Takes Manhattan. Like I really can't wait for Scream.
And what is this knock at the cabin? Does that have to do with that other one, Cabin in the Woods? No, it doesn't. It had like the same font or whatever, didn't it?
It looks like a really interesting premise, though. But since it's what's his nuts, I'm kind of cautious.
What's your problem with M. Night Shyamalan?
90% of his catalog are fucking disappointing duds.
Name them. Name
The Village.
Nick,
The
Nick,
Village.
Can you believe this, Nick? What's going on?
No, I believe it.
The Village.
Sucks
Disappointing.
balls.
Bullshit. Bullshit.
No,
Garrett. Garrett.
Horrible movie. Horrible.
Absolutely not. Absolutely not. Absolutely not.
I did not like Split.
What?
Split was great.
Fantastic.
What are you saying?
Did not like Split.
Dude,
not a huge fan of Unbreakable.
Tabata Vision needs recalibration. You have poor vision.
Sixth Sense and Signs is about it.
You are a son of a bitch tonight.
That's about it.
I actually will say
you're a rat bastard tonight.
I hated The Village for a long time, but I actually like it now. Now that that initial
movie
in the theaters,
it's not.
That initial in the theaters, I was like, this is the worst movie I've ever seen in my life. I literally almost wanted to walk out when I saw it in theaters. But then when I rewatched it again and the twist, I feel like it helps because when you think one thing and that's the twist, you're like, dude, this is freaking awful. But I mean, you look at his other shit like that Wahlberg one, that sucks, man. That's bad.
Oh, The Happening. Yeah, The Happening sucks balls. But Brandon,
I love The Happening.
Brandon, Brandon, we got to come around on this. You know, when you build up this whole movie like it's these creatures in this village that are coming for people, and you find out it's just everyone dressed up, old people dressed up like creatures. That's a great twist, right? Fuck that movie.
I love it.
That's the biggest cock tease in the world.
I love it. He's predicting the future.
No, he is not.
Garrett.
M. Night Shyamalan is one of those directors that thinks he is so fucking smart, and in reality, he's got a few good. No, he's not.
I'll tell you his worst. I'll tell you his worst movie right now.
He has more bad movies than
Airbender.
Don't even argue with me. He has more bad movies than good movies. He just does.
Well, let's go through them. Okay, let's go through them. This is gonna be M. Night Shyamalan. Okay, but first of all, his worst movie is in fact Airbender. Sydney, how shitty is Airbender? She hates that movie.
But you know what? I don't even know what that is. Like, I never grew up with that. So I mean,
she loves that goddamn TV show, and she said that she actually put out a hit on M. Night for Airbender. They changed they changed the character's name or something like that. Okay, so his first movie is
Sixth Sense, right?
Sixth Sense.
Yeah, I like it.
Sixth Sense. Sixth Sense told Blair Witch Project, "Get the fuck out of my way."
Yeah, it holds up. It holds up pretty well. It still holds up pretty well.
Yeah, Sixth Sense.
It's a fun movie. It's a good movie still.
Yeah.
Then
did he do What Lies Beneath or no?
No. But it was a very similar concept as a lot of those things did a lot of Signs style shit. But yeah, What Lies Beneath came out a little bit after Signs.
All right.
I mean, not Signs. I keep saying Signs. Sorry, Sixth Sense.
Sixth Sense.
I'm sorry. Yeah, my bad.
So what's his next movie?
Unbreakable, I think.
Yep, that's right.
And I would say that's good.
I'm not a huge fan of it. It was okay.
Yeah,
I saw it in theaters.
I won't go as far to say as that one's bad, but it's not. It's okay.
Okay, and then his Unbreakable, I think is fair. Okay, but without a doubt, his absolute best film he ever made, without question,
Signs. Yeah,
Signs.
Signs is really fucking good.
Yeah,
Signs is
why?
Good.
Because the greatest motherfucker, Mel Gibson, gives a hell of a performance in that film.
Dude, when he's running through the field saying I'm insane with anger, that shit makes me laugh my tits off.
I'm insane with anger.
I love that shit.
All right, Christian, let's get into the later catalog. Come on,
hold on.
Let's not.
So wait up. We actually agree that Signs is the GOAT.
I think so, yeah.
Because the movie was so smart. The movie and Joaquin Phoenix, this is why. When he has the TV in the closet and his reaction to seeing the alien walk across was so genuine.
Dude, that gave me chills up my spine in the theater, and it still does every time I see that.
Every time.
I don't know why. Every single time. And not many movies do that at all. But I know
it's a real alien, Garrett. That's why.
And when it's coming, I'm like, oh, here we go. Like
he's like, move, children. Freaky. He's talking to the kids through the TV.
Vámonos. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh my God, Signs really is the best.
I would disagree though. I don't think it's his greatest, but I know I'm in the minority there. My favorite Shyamalan film is Split. I'm just saying.
I haven't seen Glass yet. I heard kind of mixed things about Glass.
I haven't watched it either.
Okay.
It's something.
I'm about to piss everybody off, and I don't give a goddamn. His most underrated film, by God, is the
Lady in the Water.
Visit.
Yeah, I agree.
I haven't seen that movie.
The Visit scared the shit out of me. That crazy ass broad, naked, running through the house, under the crawl space, got to me like a son of a bitch.
It's okay. It's not bad. Yeah, it's not bad.
I love.
I haven't seen The Visit.
You have, Brandon. Are you like 7 years behind on everything?
Brandon,
listen to me. I haven't seen The Visit. I haven't seen The Happening.
Dirty Diapers.
Don't even bother with The Happening. It's not even worth your time.
Watch The Visit. Dirty Diapers.
I love The Visit. I thought The Visit was great. Any fans of The Visit?
I like The Visit.
It's pretty good.
I don't know. I think Nick might be right though. That he has way more worse movies than good movies.
First of all, The Happening is not that bad.
It's fucking awful.
The Happening is not that bad. After Earth, who gives a rat's ass?
Is that a Shyamalan movie?
Wife's name out.
I haven't seen that shit either. I haven't seen Last Airbender either.
It's terrible.
But I mean, didn't The Happening come out at the same time as The Mist? Those movies came out sort of the same time,
The Happening
right?
was 2009. Yeah.
Okay. And The Mist was what, 05?
You guys are forgetting about
07, I think.
You're forgetting about Lady in the Water, which sucks, by the way.
I kind of like that movie a little bit. It was kind of weird.
Brandon, I don't know what your problem is tonight. Put your mic down. You're not somebody, Brandon. You're pissing me off tonight.
That movie's good.
It
deserves respect.
It doesn't.
After watching X, his mind is all over the place now. He's like, what's good is bad, what's bad is good. He's all over.
Brandon's got all the numbers like in the Hangover when he's getting ready to count cards. All the numbers run through Brandon's head. He's recalibrating every movie he's ever seen right now.
Yeah.
All right. So, what is his worst movie? Is it The Happening or is it Old? I didn't like Old.
I haven't seen Old either.
I didn't like it.
I mean, I don't think it was a good movie. I think it was like mediocre.
I thought it was tired, and I'm no pun intended. I just really thought it was a tired movie. I saw it a mile away. I just thought it was like, come on, dude, shake it up a bit. I don't know.
I say his worst movie is gotta be probably one of those After Earths or Airbender. I'm thinking but I haven't seen them, so I don't know. But I hear they're really bad.
But here's the thing, man. You make 1 or 2 good movies, you can live off of that. You know what I mean?
Well, yeah. Remember that whole thing? There was a documentary that all these people were like hanging out at his house trying to like get in. Like he was like this. He was a huge deal at one point.
He was a big deal. All right, so he's got that new movie coming out called Knock at the Cabin, which I will check out.
Not his idea. It's a novel. So if people say, "Wow, it was a great story," it wasn't Shyamalan's creation.
It was a Shyamalan's creation. Speaking of signs, dude, where is the collector's edition Second Sight or something? Like a Second Sight usually can get some pretty big titles. Like, where is that on 4K or some kind of special collector's edition? You can't tell me Mel Gibson wouldn't want to talk about that movie.
Yeah, I mean, nobody's really done much for that movie. Like, it's just got like I think like a pan and scan like Blu-ray or some shit. Like, it doesn't really have like.
Gibson's busy working on Passion of the Christ 2, Too Fast, Too Furious.
Dude,
and Lethal Weapon 5.
Lethal
don't
Weapon
forget.
5.
Fuck yeah.
Garrett's ready for Lethal Weapon 5.
Fucking A.
You know
is that real? Is that a real thing?
1,000%.
Oh wow.
He's directing it. There's an interview that Mel Gibson gave. He said he got really emotional because he was talking about Donner. And he said, when the director told me, hey, when I pass away, you're going to direct this film. He said it like Donner was telling him that to be funny, but like he meant it. Like, no, you're going to carry it on. You're going to do Lethal Weapon 5. And so he's Mel Gibson is in fact directing Lethal. Mel Gibson is like, I am such a Mel Gibson fan. Everybody does stupid shit. Everybody says stupid shit. I can forgive Mel Gibson and move on. If Whoopi Goldberg can forgive Mel Gibson, I can forgive Mel Gibson. He is one of the most versatile actors ever. I love Mel Gibson. I will take him over Bruce Willis. I'm sorry. I like Bruce Willis too. God bless Bruce Willis. He married one of the sexiest women on the planet Earth, Demi Moore. But I'm a Mel Gibson guy. That's just the bottom line. And that's all I got.
Yeah.
But there's no way that movie's coming out in 2023.
Unless all that shit's under wraps.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? We just don't know about it.
But we do have Beverly Hills Cop 4 coming out.
Man, who gives a shit? Eddie Murphy is trash now.
But Reinhold and the other guy are both back.
Garrett,
that gives me hope.
Garrett,
that gives me hope.
Spit some facts here.
Listen,
Rosewood and Taggart are both back.
Spit some facts here.
I didn't even know that was a thing either. I had no idea.
Dude, Eddie Murphy, his best movie is what?
Eddie Murphy?
Coming to America.
Bullshit.
Coming to America.
Dude, it's the Nutty Professor.
Oh, no, it's the bad era of him.
Dude, are you kidding me?
Nah, it's got to be.
Yes.
I would even say the one with Aykroyd I like a lot too.
Trading Places
is fantastic.
Yeah. Boomerang is fantastic. That's like towards the end of his career that I enjoyed. But like the 1990 era, I was like,
Golden Child.
He got really weird in the 90s, man, and he's never really recovered. But I thought as much shit as it gets, Coming to America was a good attempt at being old school Eddie Murphy.
Hey, what about Wes Craven's Vampire in Brooklyn? Where's your 27x40 of that, Garrett?
Dude, actually, you know what? I love that movie. I'm no fucking joke. I love Vampire in Brooklyn.
No bullshit.
So actually, I will say that's one of my favorites. Is I don't know what it is about that movie. It's so random that I kind of find it charming. I don't know why. I actually do like that one. I would get a 1 sheet of that.
You know what I was thinking about earlier? Nick, didn't you say you were a really big fan of the Power Rangers film that came out a few years ago?
Oh, 27. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah.
I haven't seen that. Has anybody else seen that? Nick
it's on my watch list, but I haven't watched it yet.
Yeah,
Gary, did you like it, or was it your?
I mean, there was aspects I liked about it. I think it got really fucking stupid. Where like there was one point at the end, I think, where he had the Zord like dancing or something, and
yeah, bro, he was getting crunk.
Well, what happened? Did the movie not make a ton of money or something?
It made 140 million worldwide on a $100 million budget. Don't know why they gave it
$100 million.
Yeah,
Jesus Christ.
But I mean, it shows it's a really well-made movie. Like, you know, it's when they announced it, I was like, okay, this is different. This is something like really near and dear to my childhood. So, and also, if I admit it, you know, the Power Rangers in the 90s was corny as fuck going back and watching it now. So I was like, how are you going to do this and make it PG-13 and make it like believable? And like, for the most part, I feel like they nailed it. I thought the cast was great. I thought that it looked really good. It was really well done. And just they gave it way too big of a budget. So
now is there any plans for a sequel, or is it a one and done? Did it not make enough money? Because you figured that would be something they would run with for a little while.
It didn't make enough money, but they hadn't ruled out a sequel until Hasbro bought the rights from Saban Films, and they're actually in the process of a new reboot. Hasbro. But
don't you? I hate that shit where it's like things are getting rebooted again, and so like now this Power Rangers is just going to be left as like its own little thing, and it just bothers me. I don't know why. It's just like it's almost like a nothing now. It's a nothing movie.
Yeah, and I worry too with fucking Hasbro behind it. It's going to be kidified again, and it's like you shouldn't be kidifying Power Rangers because the people that are going to go see that movie are in their 20s, 30s, and 40s now. Yeah. So you need
the guy, the dude who plays Billy in Stranger Things, he's the Red Power Ranger, right?
Yep, Jason.
That's awesome.
Ranger,
no shit.
Montgomery. Yep.
I've seen the cameo. Not spoiler. The cameo scenes with Tommy and Kimberly.
Yeah.
In that new movie, I've seen that scene. They cameo in that movie twice, right?
Yeah.
Yes.
But in one scene, Tommy has long hair, and the second scene he has short hair. I'm like, what the fuck? Those are the two scenes I've seen.
I didn't even notice that. But I mean, I think, you know what I think about that movie though? Like, to me, I'm not a big Marvel guy or whatever, but I think that they did a hell of a job. Like that scene where like Rita comes into like the jewelry store or whatever and starts like going nuts in there. Like, I feel like she looked better than like half the Marvel characters that we get now.
Dude, the scene where she's on the fucking docks and she like kills the hobo, like, and the way they like play with like the silhouettes and like the music and shit, it was like, this is actually kind of like adult. Like, this isn't like kid friendly. Like she was over the top enough where you're like, okay, that's Rita, but she was also a lot darker. And I really dug the shit out of that. Yeah, no, it's a great. I really like that movie. I really.
I
gotta see it.
It's probably better than most people give it credit for because no one. It kind of has like come and gone. Like no one talks about it.
I never saw it. I didn't even know it happened. I had no idea it happened.
Yeah, it's sitting on my shelf, but I haven't unwrapped it yet. I need to watch it.
All right, so let me ask you guys this. We're at 1 hour and 35. I don't want to keep everybody going too much longer. It's been a hell of a night. I've had a great time. And hey, Pizzle, how you doing, man? Thank you, Pizzle. I saw you congratulate me. Appreciate that. What was the absolute worst movie this year? It doesn't have to be horror, but it can be horror. What is an absolute piece of trash?
Whatever. Before you guys say a goddamn word, let me make my case. Everyone's going to go Jeepers Creepers Reborn. Everyone's going to say that. To that, I would say, I knew that movie wasn't going to be good. And it was so bad at times that it was funny. So I at least had a decent enough time. So I wouldn't put that as my worst. I would put my worst as the motherfucking cinematic abortion that was the Tubi Terror Train remake. That movie sucked donkey dick. And there was nothing redeemable about it. No, at least
I didn't even watch it.
Don't. But Jeepers Creepers Reborn at least had that great, just phenomenal CGI of the Weatherman. So, like, that alone was funny enough for me to say, you know, this movie sucks, but like I can smile at some of it. Terror Train made me want to cut my balls off.
I just want to say real quick, if anybody in the chat says ends, I'm gonna throw a fit.
Oh, somebody will.
Listen, I didn't.
He started with listen.
No, I mean here's the thing. I'm picky about what I watch, so therefore there's probably a lot of shitty movies. I haven't seen Terror Train. I never watched Jeepers Creepers 4. I didn't watch it, so I don't know if it's how good it is, and I'm sure it sucks, but I didn't watch it. So if I'm going to think about the ones I've watched, I'm gonna say Bodies is probably my least out of everything I've seen this year. I thought that was just I couldn't stand it.
I didn't even watch it.
I didn't hate it. I saw it in theaters and I walked out of it and my thoughts were literally, that was a movie. It wasn't egregious in either direction. It was just, okay, that happened. Like, I don't know.
Brandon, are you researching too?
Yeah, I'm trying to go through my list of 2022 and make sure.
How did Garrett not say Smile? He was pissed off after he saw Smile.
Smiles. Yeah, it's shitty, dude. It sucks.
He was pissed off.
I was pissed.
Okay, I got mine. Pissed. Yeah. I hate to say this, but
stop. If you say Texas Chainsaw Massacre, you're done.
No, I don't care. You can say that, but don't say X, please.
No, for the worst this year, and I hate having to say this because I talked so much shit the other way. Is I think the worst because I haven't seen Smile, I haven't seen Jeepers Creepers, I haven't seen Bodies, I haven't seen Firestarter or any of that shit.
Oh, that might be the worst, actually. I
think the worst one I've seen this year that I've seen has been The Munsters, unfortunately.
Yeah, it's down there for me, but
yeah, and like I didn't hate it, but it's just out of what I've seen this year, I think it was the most underwhelming. And I hate saying that because I fucking love Rob Zombie, I love Sherry Moon Zombie, I love his films, but that movie was just the scenes were just too episodic. There was no like I don't know. It was just, yeah.
I really thought he was going in, so I'm okay with it.
Yeah,
Ends is probably number 2 or 3.
You know what?
Get out of here.
My thing, Brandon, with Munsters.
It looked great.
I may not ever watch it again. I bought the Blu-ray because I wanted to see Usually Rob has amazing special features on all of his Blu-rays. That one really didn't have too much, so I was a little bummed out. Yeah. I thought the movie was fine. Sydney thought the movie was fun. I just thought Sherry was trying. She was clearly. To me, she appeared like she was visibly acting, and that was my only real issue with the Munsters, to be honest with you.
Yeah, I just wish it had been more of it just seemed like a bunch of sewn together skits versus a linear storyline. You know what I mean? It was just kind of weird and jerky. I felt jerked around.
I agree. That's what it felt like. It felt like just different skits. Like it was just different.
Yeah.
Almost like, yeah, I agree totally.
Which maybe was the point because sort of like the TV show, but I'd rather watch Munster Go Home than this movie, unfortunately.
Dude, Munsters Go Home is classic. My uncle raised me on Munsters Go Home.
Mm-hmm.
I think I'd have to. Nick, what did you say your least favorite was this year?
Terror Train.
Terror Train? I can't. Dude, I have to say Jeepers Creepers 2. I haven't seen Terror Train. Otherwise, I possibly could say that. But, like, I don't hate Jeepers Creepers 2, dude. It's like picking on
4.
Jeepers Creepers 4. Whatever. Yeah. I thought it was a reboot. You know what I mean? Okay, let me ask you guys this. No, Garrett, you said what was yours? Yours was
my worst?
Worst.
Bodies is what I chose. Firestarter was pretty close, in my opinion, to that, though. I was really disappointed. I actually was excited for Firestarter because I really liked the original one.
The original was fantastic. George C. Scott.
Yeah, so I was looking forward to that. So that's why I think it was a big disappointment for me because I was like, "Oh shit! Like this is great!" Like you got Carpenter on the score. You've got I thought there was a lot of promise, and I was really disappointed with it. But I think Bodies. I didn't know what it was going into it, and I was just like, this sucks.
All right, let me ask you guys this. I really don't like using these terms because I think they get thrown around way too much, but I really want to go there. What do you think was the most underrated film of 2022?
Shoot. I have to do research because I don't.
Mine's easy.
Underrated.
If you got it, let it rip.
Halloween Ends.
Oh boy.
I mean, I guess if that counts, then I'm in. I'll say that too. I'm trying to.
I mean, it does count simply just because looking at like how critics and audiences received it as a whole. I think underrated was Halloween Ends. In my opinion, overrated, without a doubt, Smile. Without a doubt, Smile was the most overrated movie I saw this year. So many people, it made so much money. People are like, "Oh my God, Smile!" And I watched it. And I'm like, that really wasn't that good.
I can agree with that. The only reason I bought it was because I kept hearing great things and hype about it. So I was like, all right, I'll buy the movie. I won't go see it. I won't rent it on digital or whatever. And I was kind of mad at myself for buying it. I was like, this is terrible.
I'll tell you the most underrated. I'll tell you the most underrated. I'm about to piss everybody off. I don't give a fuck. Y'all just need to loosen up, okay? Y'all got to take it easy. The most underrated film of 2022 is goddamn Texas Chainsaw Massacre. He wrecks a bunch of idiot kids on his fucking bus. It's the best scene in the series.
Underrated.
Y'all are killing me.
I know you don't mean that, Christian.
I love Texas Chainsaw Massacre.
It's the Angry Orchard talking.
You know what I would say? I would say
shout out Texas Chainsaw Massacre.
Nah,
I'm not bullshitting. Cheers.
I'm gonna say, you know what actually surprised me, and I think I really like the original one, so I was kind of excited for it, but I feel like there was like no hype around it at all. Was like the new Orphan movie. I feel like was good, but like there was it had like no steam behind it at all.
I loved it.
It was better than the first one.
I thought it was better.
So,
yeah.
Yes.
I would say for me, I think underrated. Like that just kind of hit. I was like, oh wow, this is really good. I wonder why it didn't get a theatrical release, or I wonder why it didn't seem like there was anything like any steam behind it. That's what my concern was, because I thought that the first one was it was like one of my favorites of that year. So the fact that this one kind of just got like shoved out there and not much behind it, I was like, shit, it actually was really good, when it easily could have been garbage because it was just thrown on like, what was it, thrown on Netflix or Hulu or something?
Yeah,
Paramount Plus.
Paramount.
Oh, that's what it was. Okay, yeah.
Dude,
yeah.
Paramount's the best to me. I love Paramount Plus. Good price, good selection. They've got Tulsa King, which is one of the best shows today. I love it. Garrett's eventually going to check out Stallone with Tulsa King. It's a great show.
I don't have Paramount Plus actually. So that's why I didn't see Orphan Kill until it came out on physical.
Yeah. Brandon, you're awfully quiet over there. Most underrated film of the year. Is it Pearl?
No, I'm going through my list. I feel like Pearl was definitely hyped up, so it's not really underrated. I'm probably going to go with Hellraiser 22. That movie wasn't.
Bullshit.
That movie's not a masterpiece. It's not my favorite movie of the year. But as far as Hellraiser films go, I do think it's at least in the top 6 or 7. And I feel like for a Hellraiser
property, dude, like what are you comparing it to? Though?
When I filmed that 7-second video I sent you the other day, it was better than half of the Hellraiser sequels.
Well, hear me out though. That movie came out and you heard nothing about it. Like I heard nobody talking about it. And the movie wasn't great. Again, it's not a masterpiece. But as far as that movie, like I enjoy the movie.
Yeah.
But I think it's very underrated, even though it's not the best. Like, just nobody talked about it. So if we're going by the definition of underrated, that's just like...
Here's the thing, Brandon. I'm going to challenge you. Mm-hmm. It happened. People moved on.
Because it was a streaming exclusive, Christian. I will make that argument.
That's why I think it was underrated. I don't think, again, it's not a masterpiece. It's not even in my top 4 Hellraisers. But of the underrated movies I've seen this year, that's got to be it. Either that or Barbarian.
I fucking love Barbarian.
Yeah, that's a good one.
I was gonna say Barbarian was,
but definitely Hellraiser 22, while not the best, deserved a little bit more buzz, I think, than it got.
So. I like Hellraiser 2022
because it came out, you heard nothing about it. Well, when you look at least deserved. Like Leviathan was back. We saw Leviathan for the first time in 30 years. That deserved a little bit more.
The transformation at the end was fucking incredible. Like, I'm just saying, like. Hellraiser, if that is your jumping off point for a new story in this franchise, that's a damn good jumping off point. Even if you just think the movie's okay, because look at some of the other movies in that series. That's a good jumping off point. So, yeah.
Oh, it was a good real year, quick, man. I'll put Hellraiser, Barbarian, and Black Phone as my 3 most underrated films.
Stop. Time out.
I'm not even joking.
But Black Phone was very hyped, I felt like.
I'm a quote Jeff Jarrett, don't piss me off.
It was hyped, but nobody talked about it afterwards, and that movie was good.
Okay, let me just say my piece, and all you guys can just disagree with me. Black Phone is fine. The fact that it was Stephen King's kid made people want to go way too hard into praising it. Ethan Hawke is a great actor. He didn't do a goddamn thing in the fucking movie. What was scary about him?
You know what? I didn't even realize that it was Stephen King's kid until you brought that up.
I didn't either. I had no
idea.
Cool.
It's weird.
Joe Hill.
Yeah, I didn't know.
Joe Hill. That's what he's calling himself, huh?
Mm-hmm.
Huh.
Wow.
Maybe that's why I didn't know it was him.
That's very strange.
Here's the thing about Black Phone. All right. And this is the thing. People feel like they can't talk about this, but I'm salty tonight. He needed to do something more dangerous in the movie, the character of Ethan Hawke.
I agree.
The kid sat on the goddamn bed like this and answered a phone. I like the stuff with the sister. The best performance was this dad, who was the drunk dad.
Okay.
Great performance. There was nothing scary about that second half of the film.
What was the game he played? It was called Naughty Boy, right?
Mm-hmm.
So, Christian, this is how they could have fixed it for you. They should have had 2 kids in confinement at the same time.
The kid should have been behind fucking bars.
And one of the kids should have gotten killed in the film, and he's alone at that point. That probably would have fixed your problem. If it had been 2 kids kidnapped, then you see one of them get...
They should have put... Maybe the short story is better. There's no doubt in my mind that Joe Hill is probably not super talented. How could he not be super talented? The movie was too kind and met the audience halfway. I like Black Phone. I like it. I think it's a good movie, but no way that movie could even get close to my top 5. Not even close.
It's not in my top 5, but I will say to your
I'll be right back,
Christian,
too. I'm listening. Go ahead, Nick. Go ahead, Nick.
You just said that what was scary about the second half of the movie. I would pose the question to you, what was scary about the second half of Barbarian?
Nothing, but it was way more entertaining to me. Light years ahead, way more entertaining.
Barbarian was so fucking good. I couldn't believe how good that movie was.
The first half of that movie is incredible. I think the second half of the movie got way too hammy.
But see, that's what I like. I like Hammy.
When he threw the chick off the tower, I was mind blown.
That was the 2020s Castle Freak. I'm such a Castle Freak fan.
But it's the juxtaposition of like how different both halves of that movie feel. They do not feel like a good marriage.
No, that's a fair argument. I can understand that. You don't like where it went. I adored where it went. It turned into a full moon feature, the second half, which is my bread and butter. So I couldn't have. I wish I loved it. I love the fact that it was literally the 2022 Castle Freak, which is one of my all-time favorite 90s films. So I was all in for it. I'll be right back.
I kind of agree with everything Christian said about both movies. I think Barbarian got weird. A lot of bad decisions were made by some of the people in the movie that you're like, what the fuck? But I like that it kind of went that route, that it was kind of really bonkers. Like I was fine with that. I knew nothing about Barbarian going into it. And I think Black Phone, when I saw Black Phone, that opening where like it really looked like it was set back in like the 70s or whatever. Like they did a real good job with that. And I was like, wow, this is going to be really cool. And I kind of agree the same way. I think I would have liked it more if there was more happened, because I almost like that movie until the kid gets kidnapped. Like basically up until he's down on that bed, I thought it was like, I was really high on it. Like even the way he kidnapped him too with the balloons and stuff, like I was like, this is going to be awesome. And then when he got down there, you're kind of like waiting for these big things to happen. And I just feel like it got really stale there. But I think as a whole, it's a cool movie. But
yeah,
I would say it to me, it felt like it was hyped higher than what it was for me.
Yeah, I love the Black Phone. But do you think it would have been an interesting film, a more interesting film, if there was no supernatural stuff in it at all? Like there was no supernatural phone. It was just about a guy kidnapping kids. Would that have been scarier?
I do think it would have been, in my opinion. I think it would have been scarier without that element of the phone and all that stuff. Yeah, I think it would have.
Yeah.
Okay. What's the best movie of 2022? Horror film.
Terrifier 2.
X.
Men.
Oh, Terrifier 2 is fucking great. Fuck. Give me a second to process this.
Men, then Terrifier 2. Men had something to say, man. I loved it. I adore that film. Me and Sydney love Men. Wait a minute.
It's either Terrifier 2, Barbarian, or Black Phone. It's one of those three. One of those three. I promise.
Oh, time out, Brandon. Time out. Pearl is better than Black Phone. Garrett will agree. Nick will agree. Pearl is better than Black Phone.
Pearl's a better made film, but I think I enjoyed Black Phone more a little bit. Pearl's fantastic though.
But see, Brandon, you strike me as the kind of guy you like to ride the edge. You like to push the envelope, as they say.
I mean, now that I'm old and folded, not that much anymore. But I guess at one point.
No, I dig it, man. I don't like. I'm being silly. Obviously, I really don't think Black Phone's a bad movie. I just think that they should have pushed it the second half, made those kids really feel in danger. I'm not advocating that they had done really ridiculous stuff in that film in terms of any sort of overt sexuality, but he literally just anyway, I want to move on because I feel like I'm just beating a dead horse with.
Well, real quick, one more thing about Black Phone, and I'll shut up about it. Would the ending have been better is if after he kills the grabber in that little pit, he takes the cops back to the pit and says, "Here's the body," and they find his body, right? Would it have been a better ending if his body was gone and they were like, "Where the fuck is he?" Would that have been a better ending for Black Phone? Or is that too Halloween?
It's not the ending for me. It's truly not the ending. It's the lack of fear and danger in that second half. That's really what it is, man. I just feel the kid was just fucking sitting in there.
Yeah.
And answered a phone.
Yeah.
This motherfucker's stealing kids off the street. And I'm sorry. Like, I don't dislike the film. I think it's a well-made film. I thought they did the 70s really good. I think Garrett would agree.
Yeah.
They did the 70s really good.
I will admit that the one thing that made me angry in the film was when he does escape before the grabber retakes him again. The kid is running straight down the street in linear fashion. Why is he not dodging through people's backyards, over fences, through ditches and shit? Instead of making a straight beeline down the street and getting caught again. That's the only thing I was like, why the fuck is he not like
because it was a
bobbing and weaving?
It was a 70s. All those motherfuckers were just getting away with that shit, man. The guy from California, what was his name? The Night Stalker? They had him. They had him a few times. He was this close to the cops, but they would drop the ball. They would drop the ball. You know?
Yeah.
Anyway. Anybody else got anything to add? What's everybody got going on in their channels? Take it away.
Who? Me?
Somebody.
Nico?
Yeah. What do you got? I don't want. Yeah.
All right. Tomorrow, Rad Pack episode tomorrow, 10 o'clock. My channel. Make sure to go check it out. It's always a fun time. We've always got cool things planned. This one is a holiday special, so you definitely want to check that out. Then on Saturday, New Year's Eve, we're doing the Scream Factory 5 years marathon. That's going to be going on for like 10 hours. So you can go check that out. And Sunday, we're going to be doing our Vinegar Syndrome stream with Dead Pit at 11:30 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. And those are the big three I have planned out for this week.
Let me ask you this. What do you mean a Vinegar Syndrome show? Is it just like a year in your review?
No, they're doing a drop on New Year's Day at 12 o'clock noon.
Any good titles you think? It's going to be a bunch of bullshit.
We don't know. I know they're going to re-release some slip covers. We know that. Yeah, they're going to do that. As far as new stuff, I don't know, man. I don't know. If you're looking for spooky slipcover, it's coming. So you can get it again.
Okay.
Dude, if they do Shock 'em Dead, I'm going to buy fucking 14 copies of it.
They're not doing Shock 'em Dead.
They need to.
I have that on Blu-ray. Who did that? Somebody did.
I thought it was what's her face. I thought it was actually what's this chick's name who plays God damn it. Move on. Never mind.
I'll send you a picture of it. Do you have it on Blu too?
I do, and DVD.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. It looks terrible on Blu-ray.
I don't even know if to be honest, I don't even know if mine's opened yet. So it might just be sitting there and it's still sealed. I don't know.
Dude, that movie is the greatest movie of all time.
Olive Film says Pizzow. Pizzow, man. Cheers, brother. I've known you for a long time. God bless. Nick, Brandon, what do y'all have coming up? I mean, obviously Nick does the podcast with me, but
well, yeah, we got the podcast tomorrow night live. I got 2 videos over the next few days. My favorite, that I think top 10 of 2022, just in general, not just horror, and my most anticipated of next year. Perfect time to do those kind of lists. So that's what I've got percolating as of right now.
Right on. Really quick, I just saw Mel's comment. God bless Mel, by the way. I need a spooky slip too. I would actually break down and get a spooky slip. That movie's a masterpiece. I don't give a goddamn. Good deal, Nick. I'm ready for those. Brandon, what about you?
I got a review for New Year's Evil coming out on the 31st. And beyond that, I think that's pretty much it for the year. I'm going to take a couple weeks off in 2023 and kind of recalibrate and regroup and see where the channel is going to go. I don't really have a solid plan for next year yet, but I want to do some different stuff. You know what I mean?
You want to know? Look, I believe me. I swear to God, guys, I am nobody. So I'm not trying to talk like I am somebody. I always find that my channel does good when I'm simply having the most fun. When I have an idea that I'm like, oh my God, I want to make that video just because I want to see it. That's when that things go my way. I swear to God, when I start worrying about all this shit, I'm not having fun. When I start, oh goddamn, I gotta get my numbers up, or this is going good. We all get, I get it. I swear to God. But when I just let loose and I started reading Taking Shape 2, and I'm reading about all these awesome Halloween movies that never got made, I'm like, I want to talk about this. Is fun. It's fun, man.
No, I mean, I agree. I'm at a point where I don't have a lot of time, so it's like I'm not going to just do what I think needs to be done. Like, again, I want to do a lot of Ninja Turtle stuff, like for the movies. We've been talking about those lately. Like, I definitely want to dive deep into some of those because I just love those movies. But, like you said, if it's something you don't want to talk about, there's not going to be passion behind it, really.
Yeah.
So.
But everybody's doing good, man. We're all coming up together, and I just think it's great. It's like, like I said earlier, it's like, man, without my YouTube friends, it wouldn't be that much. It's like that's what keeps me going. It's like doing each other's shows and watching. Like, I watch my friends' videos, man. It's just fun. And YouTube is awesome, dude. Like, without YouTube, goddamn, think about how different the world would be right now.
Yeah.
It'd be wild how much different it would be. Maybe it would be another alternative out there, but
yeah, I mean, we've talked about this before. It's like, dude, I find that I talk to you guys more than I talk to my friends here. I actually just talked to them today, and we're like, oh, we're going to do a meetup and we'll go out to dinner like next Wednesday. And I'm like, all right, like I haven't seen those guys or talked to them really in a long time. Probably like at least my son's 3, dude. I'm probably my big group of friends. I think only like 3 people have met him. You know what I mean? Like, that's what's crazy. Like, and they live like within, 30 minutes from me. So
same boat.
Yep.
It's very strange.
It is, isn't it? It didn't help with 2020 and all that stuff, but like you said, it's like this community and chatting with you guys every day and doing these shows, like it's almost filled that void, kind of.
Yep. Yeah. And we took a shitty situation and we made the best out of it. We got friendships out of it. Garrett started his channel out of it. I mean, what more can you ask for? You know what I mean?
Right. You're right.
Anyway,
it's a good way to end this, dude. Nice sentimental speech there.
This is gonna be this was a great night. I appreciate everybody hanging out. God bless all the people in the chat. 15K, what the hell, man?
Cheers to 15K. Cheers to Christian. Cheers to the chat.
Thank you, man. Thank you.
Cheers to the black phone.
I've been doing it for cheers to the black phone. God bless. I've got a black phone. Well, actually, I got a blue phone if you look at the back. But look at Freddie on there, dude. Always going hard. All right. God bless the chat. Thank you, everybody. Good night.